Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
Russians withdraw capital abroad in crypto. Bitcoin fell 5.4% on Thursday, ending the day near $39,600, and further to $38,900 on Friday morning, down 1% in 24 hours. Ethereum has remained almost unchanged over the same time, minus 0.3%, while other leading altcoins from the first are changing in different directions, from a 1.6% increase, XRP, to a 1% decrease, BNB. According to CoinMarketCap, the total capitalization of the crypto market sank by 0.2% over the day to $1.74 trillion. The Bitcoin Dominance Index continues to decline, falling from 42.7% yesterday to 42.4% due to the greater stability of altcoins. The cryptocurrency index of fear and greed lost 6 points in a day to 22, again entering the territory of extreme fear. Bitcoin fully returned the growth of Wednesday, which was caused by the adoption in the United States of the first document on the regulation of cryptocurrencies. The decline in stock indices and the growth of the dollar also did not favor the purchases of the first cryptocurrency, which often moves in unison with the general demand for risks. The first decree on cryptocurrencies signed the day before can become the basis for future U.S. legislation on regulating relations in the crypto sphere. Against this background, the shares of companies associated with cryptocurrencies have noticeably risen in price. One of the largest investment banks, Goldman Sachs, is going to expand its offering for trading digital assets. The bank is exploring the possibility of launching bilateral cryptocurrency options. World-famous investor and writer Robert Kiyosaki has warned that the world economy is now on the verge of hyperinflation and advised to stay away from the stock market. Against the backdrop of a severe crisis in the financial system of the Russian Federation and restrictions imposed on the circulation of the dollar and the euro, the demand of the population for cryptocurrency has increased sharply. Now it is primarily used for the transfer of capital abroad or for parking in hard currency. Analysts believe that regulators are unlikely to be able to effectively prevent such transactions. But the state is helped by crypto exchanges, which block the Russians on their own initiative. There remain the possibilities of peer-to-peer platforms, that is, transfers between individuals. However, there are significant risks of fraud associated with such transactions. What did Biden get wrong on crypto? His new order threatens to smother innovation. The Biden administration needs to recognize that the biggest threat to financial stability with regard to cryptocurrency is overregulation. President Joe Biden released an executive order Wednesday that could curtail opportunities that cryptocurrency provides for economic advancement, notwithstanding the order's hopeful tone about crypto's potential to promote efficiency and financial inclusion. Ironically, the order may also introduce new financial risks in the name of preventing them. The White House fact sheet on the order notes correctly that the rise of cryptocurrency creates an opportunity to reinforce American leadership in the global financial system and at the technological frontier. That cryptocurrency advances American values such as liberty and democracy has been shown by Ukrainian leaders and citizens' creative use of cryptocurrency byproducts like stablecoins and NFTs, non-fungible tokens, to raise funds to fight Russian forces and advance a message of freedom. Pro-democracy movements. Crypto assets have also played an essential role in recent protests in Hong Kong and other pro-democracy movements. Opinions in your inbox. Get a digest of our takes on current events every day. That's why it's essential that regulatory agencies don't use a sledgehammer approach that would stamp out legitimate uses of cryptocurrency in the name of catching bad actors. Biden's executive order emphasizes coordination of various agencies involved in cryptocurrency regulation but is silent on the need for those agencies to adhere to the rule of law and refrain from exceeding powers given to them by Congress. This omission in the order is unfortunate because the Securities and Exchange Commission in both the Trump and Biden eras has stretched its authority over securities to go after cryptocurrencies that clearly don't fit the legal definition. As a result, U.S. citizens lack access to legitimate cryptocurrencies such as Ripple's XRP, the object of punitive actions by the SEC now being challenged in court, that are widely available in other countries and have many practical uses. Most concerning about the executive order is its seeming embrace of central bank digital currencies that would be issued by the Federal Reserve. The order calls for the highest urgency on research and development efforts into the potential design and deployment options of a United States CBDC. Yet it pays scant attention to numerous downsides of government-run cryptocurrency, such as massive risks to privacy and financial stability. US may issue its own crypto. If the Fed, rather than the private sector, were to issue its own cryptocurrency, the US government would have direct access to the digital ledger that records financial transactions for individuals using that currency. As Paul Jossi, cryptocurrency attorney and adjunct fellow at my organization, the Competitive Enterprise Institute, has written, current Know Your Customer rules governing banking will ensure governments track, record, and identify every or nearly every CBDC transaction. Bombing hospitals. Russia blew up a hospital maternity ward. Putin is a war criminal committing genocide. Even with safeguards, the information on individual purchase and investment decisions the Fed would store would be vulnerable to hacking and abuses. We don't have to look far to see recent hacking incidents at government agencies, as well as selective illegal leaks of tax returns, to imagine the abuses that could occur if the government directly held more data on millions of consumer financial transactions. A central bank digital currency in the United States also could threaten the availability of business and consumer credit by causing a reduction of deposits at private banks as individuals transfer their savings directly to the Fed. Shrinking deposits at private banks would mean they would have much less money with which to fund loans. Yes, gas prices are soaring, but it's a necessary sacrifice for Americans to stop tyranny. The Federal Reserve would become a direct, politically pressured, unfairly advantaged competitor to private banks and could crowd out private sector innovation and development of new cryptocurrencies and the emerging financial technology known as fintech. Crypto promotes financial inclusion. All for what? CBDCs are a solution in search of a problem, because as Biden's order itself notes, cryptocurrency products are already advancing financial inclusion. If that's the case, why introduce unneeded risk with direct government involvement in the sector? The Biden administration and other policymakers need to recognize that the biggest threat to financial stability with regard to cryptocurrency is overregulation that smothers innovation, and the prospect of government-issued digital currency that could massively distort the financial system. XRP price explodes after judge issues ruling against SEC. The price of the crypto asset XRP is surging after a federal judge ruled that Ripple can proceed with one of its central arguments against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. Court documents show Judge Analisa Torres has denied the SEC's motion to strike Ripple from using a fair notice defense. The San Francisco-based payments company has long argued that the SEC did not give Ripple adequate notice that the agency considered XRP to be a security. XRP has jumped 15% in the last 24 hours and is at 84 cents at time of publishing. In an interview with Fox News, Ripple General Counsel Stuart Alderete says the order highlights the validity of Ripple's argument. Today's order confirms that there is a serious question as to whether the SEC ever provided Ripple with fair notice that its distributions of XRP, since 2013, would ever be prohibited under the securities laws. We will continue to fight hard in defending this case so that the industry can get the needed clarity it deserves to move forward and thrive. In addition, Judge Torres is denying Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and co-founder Chris Larson's motion to dismiss the SEC's individual charges against them. Alderete says he remains confident that the SEC's allegations will be dismissed. While we would have preferred the cases against Brad and Chris to end now, the court has decided to make the SEC prove its claims. We are confident that ultimately all of the SEC's claims will be dismissed. White House executive order on crypto is setting the stage for massive rally, says Bitwise CIO Matt Hogan. Bitwise CIO Matt Hogan is predicting a bullish forecast for crypto assets after US President Joe Biden signed an executive order that calls for the examination of the potential risks and benefits of blockchain technology. In a new interview on CNBC Crypto World, Hogan says that the executive order marks the beginning of a new bull market phase in the crypto market. The crypto market needs better and clearer regulation if it's going to go truly mainstream. What we got here was sort of a shotgun to start telling all regulators to push that forward in a way that protects investors but doesn't throw the baby out with the bathwater, that keeps the economic development here in the US. I think it's pretty close to the outcome we are all hoping for. Hogan believes that the order could facilitate a longer rally for digital assets as it addresses the lack of regulatory clarity that limits investments in the crypto space. We haven't gone from 0 to 100 on regulatory clarity with this executive order, but what we have done is go from 0 to 1. We've taken the first step to establish a true regulatory regime for crypto. If you believe in the underlying technology, if you believe it's as disruptive as all crypto investors do, you want to see the regulatory safeguards exist that allow that technology to express itself, that allows it to affect not just a little part of society but all of what we do every day, of how finance works, of how the web works. I do think this is a signal moment, and I do think it sets the stage for a bull market that could last at least through this year and potentially beyond. Ripple moves to strike rebuttal report on XRP price manipulation. Ripple has moved to strike an impermissible rebuttal report written by securities and finance expert Dr. Albert Metz. Metz, who has worked for the U.S. Department of Justice, submitted his original report on October 4th. He conducted an event study in order to determine whether or not Ripple was able to manipulate the price of the XRP token with its announcements. He came to the conclusion that certain news and public statements did influence the token's performance. Alan Farrell, professor of securities law at Harvard Law School, argued that XRP was moving in tandem with the broader market. Metz submitted the first rebuttal report in November in response to the defendant's expert. The most recent one is based on counterfactual analysis, aiming to determine the token's expected returns without Ripple's involvement. Its purpose is to quantify the economic significance of the company's public announcements. The defendants argue that the new version of the initial rebuttal report doesn't contain any error corrections. Instead, it aims to attack the conclusions made by Dr. M. Laurentius Murray and Professor Daniel Fishel, Ripple's rebuttal experts, who claimed that Ripple's announcements only accounted for a modest portion of the token's volatile price moves. The company's lawyers claim that Metz is not supposed to have the final day in discovery, thus Magistrate Judge Sarah Netburn to exclude the report. They add that the economic significance part should have been included in the original report. Ripple has asked the court not to grant a continuance of the January 14 expert discovery deadline, since prolonging the case would further hurt its ability to do business in the U.S. The agency has objected to the defendant's motion. U.S. energy giant Chevron plans to enter metaverse. Energy giant Chevron, based in San Ramon, California, has become the latest major company to file metaverse-related trademark applications with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. The multinational corporation intends to offer a wide selection of virtual goods, such as fuel, gas and renewable energy products, that will become part of the buzzy virtual reality. Chevron also intends to offer retail and online retail store services that feature the aforementioned products. Another patent filing also indicates that it plans to provide entertainment services linked to the metaverse. Chevron is one of the successors of Standard Oil, John D. Rockefeller's monopoly that was broken up by the Supreme Court in 1911 after being sued by the U.S. government. In January, Chevron backed VICT, a blockchain-powered trading platform for oil trading, together with Reliance and Total. Entering the metaverse. Other major companies, such as fast food chain McDonald's, retail corporation Walmart and lingerie giant Victoria's Secret, are also getting metaverse ready by recently filing similar trademark applications. Even though the metaverse concept has been around for many years, it only managed to enter mainstream consciousness when Facebook recently changed its name to Meta to highlight its focus on the virtual world. According to recent research data, the size of the metaverse market could reach $679 billion by 2030. However, the figure may be overly optimistic considering that Google Trends data shows faltering interest in the new tech trend. Notably, other popular cryptocurrency-related search terms remain relatively stable. Hence, those pundits who claim that the metaverse could be the next iteration of the internet could end up with egg on their face.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.